Hey there, everyone. This is Kathy Mazak, and I am coming to you live this Friday morning because I am committing to come live every Friday morning and give you a little bit of inspiration, some things to think about, and some ways to tweak your writing practice so that you're writing and publishing more and meeting and exceeding your career goals and your career satisfaction without running yourself into the ground. So this week, I wanted to talk a little bit more about writing retreats. So if you listen to my podcast, this week's podcast was all about writing retreats, and that's because we are coming up to the cutoff date for the early bird pricing on our writing retreat. But what I wanted to talk about today was really the function of writing retreats within your system of getting your writing done. And I say system because you really need to have a system. Okay. So if what you're doing is you're putting, writing your article on your long list of to-dos, that's not going to get your writing done. You actually have to have a system that has various parts to it, and the underlying goals of your writing system need to be creating a positive relationship with your writing, creating a regular practice, even if not an everyday practice, but something regular and sustainable, and that really helps you to take advantage of your best energy and get into that flow around your writing practice. So that is what I mean by writing system. And in my programs, I teach a variety of writing systems. If you're interested in my kind of signature system, please listen to my first podcast. It's called Tiger Time, or podcast episode 2, I think. 1 or 2. Anyway, we talk about Tiger Time, and that is kind of the basic system that I recommend for everyone to start out with. And then we layer different techniques and ways to make writing systematic on top of that, but with the Tiger Time as the base. So there's a few things there's a few ways reasons that I think that writing retreats are actually an integral part, or should be an integral part, of your academic writing practice and your system of writing that you come up with. And when I say retreats, what I mean, there's a very wide range of possible ways to do a writing retreat. And so it can be something as simple as you blocking off a weekday when you have your normal, doing a retreat, like a day-long retreat from 9 to 5 or whatever your normal work day is, so that all the little beings or big beings that you have to take care of are in their normal places that they're taken care of, and you get to spend a whole day on a writing retreat and focused really on your writing. And that might mean that you have to cancel class. It might mean, and should mean actually, that if you are a parent, that you have backup childcare so that a sick kid doesn't derail your retreat. A retreat needs to be a block of time with that is really preserved for you and your writing. And so again, like a simple way to do that is just a day-long retreat, but it means making, like, part of the retreat process is sacrificing stuff. And what I mean, or maybe sacrificing isn't the word, but like taking yourself out of your everyday. So that might mean, like I said, like you might have to cancel classes. And I think, according to the guidelines of your institution and everything, but many of us have some liberty in terms of occasionally canceling a class. And I think it's important to say, to your students, like, I have planned for myself a writing retreat because publication is integral to my, keeping this job and getting promoted and having my voice heard in my field. And so this is something that periodically I do. And this semester I'm doing it on this particular day. And so we have this alternative assignment, or you're going to give class online, or, whatever kind of arrangement you make. But I don't think we should be ashamed of taking time away from our normal routines to focus on writing, because here is the benefit of that. The benefit of that is that it raises the profile of writing within your, many, many tasks that you have to do. So if right now what you're experiencing is that writing keeps falling to the bottom of your list because there's no particular deadline on things, or, you could do it or not. And nobody's there, telling you. It's not like teaching, right? Where it's like, well, Wednesday at 9 o'clock, I got to walk in the room and give that class. So I have to be done with my prep by then. A lot of times academic writing doesn't have that hard deadline. And so nobody's breathing down your back for it. And in the rush of so many things that we're responsible for doing, we just, kind of keep letting it go until it gets to a point that we go, oh crap, I need to get these publications out and I need to keep a pipeline flowing so that I'm not rushing towards tenure or rushing towards, whatever your goal is without this like already steady flow of publications, throughout your career. So if you're experiencing that where you keep meaning to write, it keeps falling to the bottom of the list, a writing retreat helps raise the profile of writing, because when you invest time, energy, and money into something, it becomes more important in the way that you kind of honor your time and think about writing. So often I talk about centering your writing. So I want you to really think about like, how can we make writing the central activity that you're doing as a professor, and then the other things kind of support that writing. That's something I talk about a lot, and writing retreats really help that process. The research that's out there on writing retreats also supports this. One of the things that the research shows is that when you spend time, money, pull yourself out of your everyday life and do a writing retreat, then you are, when after the writing retreat's over, like the holdover effect or the lasting effect of the writing retreat is that you have raised the profile of writing. So you remember what it feels like to really concentrate, and you want that feeling back. And so you're more likely to honor the writing blocks that you put in your schedule. So there's lots of great reasons to do a writing retreat. I mentioned a simple way to do one, right? Like occasionally taking a whole day and dedicating it to your writing. But there's also tons of other options and things that we definitely want to do in our careers. And I know that so many of you are listening and you're like, yes, I want to go on like a week-long writing retreat. That sounds really dreamy. So I wanted to tell you kind of what we do on our writing retreat, and encourage you before the 15th of February, if you want to do our retreat, it's time to sign up. And that's because early bird pricing is ending on the 15th of February. So the cost of the retreat is going up because as we get closer, right, the bills are coming due. So it would be great to have this retreat filled up by February 15th. So we know we have all our bills paid and we can, make all of the arrangements, or we have all the arrangements made, but keep on our payment schedule for the retreat site and the food and all of that. So our retreat is July 12th through 18th. It's purposely longer than any retreat I've done before. And that's because the last couple of retreats I've been on have been 5-day retreats, or the last couple of retreats that I've run have been 5-day retreats. And they, so last summer's retreat was a 5-day retreat, and a lot of people were like, I need it to be longer. So we're going to do a longer one. And actually in January, we did our Amplify retreat, and it was only 2.5 days because I thought, well, people, don't have a lot of time. And everybody was like, it needs to be longer. So the July retreat is long. It's in the summer, right? And so it's a little more flexible for people to get here. And it is in San Juan. We're having it in a neighborhood called Ocean Park. We have bought out a boutique hotel, and so we have room for 15 people plus our team of coaches. And 10 people have already signed up, so we got 5 spots left. And what we do on that retreat is you'll fly into San Juan on Sunday. You have to make your own flight and travel arrangements and get yourself to the retreat. But after that, almost everything is included. So all the programming is included. Breakfast and lunch every day are included. That Sunday, you'll fly in, you'll get a taxi from a short taxi ride from the airport to Ocean Park to the hotel. You'll check in. We already have people assigned to certain rooms. And we will have a welcome dinner that night. Then on Monday morning, we will start the regular routine of the retreat. And the regular routine of the retreat is going to be, we have breakfast, and during breakfast, we will have our coaches. There's going to be about 15 participants, so we'll have a coach at least for every 5 people. We'll set goals during breakfast, and then we will have writing time. And then we'll come back together at lunch to check in about the goals and talk about, kind of do like a group coaching session over lunchtime. And then again, we will have a big block of writing time. Now, we don't have dinner programmed for you because in my experience, hosting writing retreats, a lot of times people are just like, they're stuffed from lunch. They sometimes don't want to stop writing. And also it's a good time to like get out of the hotel. And so the hotel is in a neighborhood where you can walk to places to eat. And so I imagine some groups of people will want to eat at different times, and that will be up to you. So it'll be a time when you can bond with other people, take a break, and the hotel is 200 steps from the beach, and so you could also take a walk on the beach and that kind of thing. We encourage rest in the evenings, but I also want to say that we have had retreats with people who have very different kind of tiger times, right? Like different times a day when they're most on. And my retreats are purposely set up so that if you want to skip breakfast, just skip breakfast, sleep until noon, wake up and have lunch with us, and do your writing until late at night. I'm thinking of a particular person who's coming on this retreat and who's come to many of my retreats before, who that is her pattern. She writes to 2 a.m. or something, but because like you're on a retreat and you don't have to wake up and teach class, just make the retreat, make your writing time fit into whatever you want, because you have truthfully 5 whole days. It's 7, right? Because you get there on Sunday, leave on Saturday, but 5 complete 24-hour days to use however best fits you and to just concentrate on your writing. And that is the golden thing. So of course, like all of my my programs, we also are going to have coaching and community. So those things happen. Again, like we'll do group coaching over lunch. Everyone who signs up for the retreat also gets a one-on-one coaching session. So, which is super valuable and something we don't do outside of our other programs. So that is going to be really great. That is a really valuable thing to experience if you've never done one-on-one coaching before, and signing up for the retreat includes that. If you have questions, please tag me here. I put hopefully it came out in the description, the link to click through and see all the information about the retreat. And right there, it has the link to register, and you can register. And so I really encourage you to come. There's lots of reasons to take the time. It's not selfish to take time and really focus on your career and your writing and your message and that deep work that we all are always feeling like we wish we could do more of. Well, a retreat is how you get that done. Another just little announcement, we are finishing up enrollment for our Elevate program for post-tenure women. There are 3 spots left, and you can still eke in because we start on Tuesday. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and send us an email, or we have an application form that you can fill out. I'll put it in the comments. And then we always have open our Amplify program. And Amplify is our year-long coaching and support program for pre-tenure women. It is on rolling admissions, so we're in fact in 45 minutes I have an interview with someone today to see if she wants to join, and we are always enrolling people in that program. And if you want more information, basically just fill out the little form that I have linked in the description and sign up for a 10-minute call with one of our coaches, and we will be giving you all that information. So I hope that something in this video has inspired you to either create a writing retreat for yourself or come on down to ours. There's only 5 spots left on our writing retreat, and it's the last time that we're going to do a retreat in this style that is standalone. So what that means is that from now on, our retreats are going to be part of our other programs, particularly Amplify. So if you want to, if you've been thinking, gosh, I've always wanted to go on one of Kathy's writing retreats, this is your chance, and the spots are filling up. So book it, and get that early bird price. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.